Pajero was produced with 3 types of bodies and with the same number of equipment levels. We most often meet 3 and 5-door station wagons, but finding a 3-door convertible, canvas Thor, is almost impossible. As befits a classic SUV, Pajero has a frame body structure. You are unlikely to be able to see rust on cars even in the first years of production. In addition, since 1994, the car bodies have been subjected to double-sided galvanization. When buying a car, special attention should be paid to SUVs from the countries of the Middle East. Given the peculiarities of the hot climate, they were specially equipped with not very powerful starters and generators, less capacious batteries and a different engine control unit. An increased volume radiator and a more powerful water pump were mounted in the cooling system. A different thermostat. There was no rear stove. Naturally, the Southerner is not well adapted to our climatic conditions. Outwardly, Middle Eastern cars are distinguished by an abundance of chrome on rear-view mirrors and bumpers, as well as colorful coloring. Salon, as befits a full-size SUV, impresses with spaciousness, increases comfort and rich equipment of many cars. Operated in GLS version. Compared to competitors, the traveling volume of the luggage compartment, with second-row seats installed, of the most common 5-door modification is one of the smallest, 350 liters. By the way, this version was equipped with the 3rd row of seats, making the car a 7-seater. Engine. Pajero was equipped with 4-cylinder engines, 2.5-liter turbo diesels, 2.8L and petrol 2.4L, as well as petrol 6-cylinder engines of 3.0 and 3.5 liters. Gasoline units, with their not at all modest appetite, in the city they can consume up to 18 liters, have an impressive resource. 500,000 mileage before overhaul is almost the norm for them. But turbo diesels cannot boast of this, and after 250,000 kilometers, as a rule, they require the intervention of Minders. Of particular note is the 2.8-liter turbo diesel. This unit, with moderate fuel consumption, allows an almost 2-ton car to feel confident in city traffic. In addition, only his gas distribution mechanism is driven by a chain that can withstand more than 200,000 kilometers. In other motors, a timing belt is used, which is changed after 90,000 kilometers. Replacing it is not a cheap operation. To produce it, you need to gut almost the entire engine compartment, with the exception of removing the engine itself. In a 2.5-liter turbo diesel, when using low-quality fuel, the fuel pump becomes clogged and the mechanism responsible for setting the fuel injection advance angle becomes unusable. As a result, the fuel mixture burns out already in the exhaust manifold, and this leads to the failure of its gasket or even the entire manifold. There are practically no complaints about the turbine. With proper operation, it will last almost the entire life of the engine. Transmission. 2 types of transmissions were installed on the 2nd-generation Pajero, part-time 4WD and Super Select 4WD. The first allows the use of all-wheel drive only on off-road and slippery roads, since it does not have a center differential. And the transfer case compensates for the difference in the rotation of the front and rear wheels due to their forced slippage. Frequent driving with all-wheel drive on hard surfaces leads to increased tire wear and premature transmission failure. Super Select 4WD is another matter. It can operate in 5 modes: 2H, rear-wheel drive; 4, permanent all-wheel drive; 4HLC, permanent all-wheel drive with a locked center differential; and neutral; 4LLC, all-wheel drive with a hard-locked center differential and a downshift in the transmission. Due to the presence of a center differential with a viscous coupling, the 4H mode allows the use of all-wheel drive on dry pavement. SUVs with Super Select were usually equipped with a force-locking rear cross-axle differential. Pajero was equipped with fairly reliable 5-speed manual and 4-speed automatic transmissions, which do not cause trouble with timely maintenance. In the mechanics, they change the lubricant every 40,000 kilometers, and in the machines, 60,000 kilometers. The only remark may be to the mechanical box V5 MT1. It was originally developed for commercial vehicles and is somewhat noisy in operation. It should be noted that the transmission adequately withstands the peculiarities of domestic operation. But don't test it for strength. Suspension. Mitsubishi designers sacrificed cross-country ability in favor of handling and installed an independent front suspension on torsion bars on the Pajero. A driver who prefers a calm driving style can only be disturbed by the replacement of silent blocks after 100 to 150,000 kilometers. Ball bearings are less reliable, their limit is 40 to 50,000. By the way, they are equipped with oilers and require regular syringing, lubrication. After 10,000 kilometers, shock absorbers are durable and go, as a rule, 150,000 kilometers or more. The car was equipped with two types of shock absorbers, conventional and with an adjustable degree of rigidity. The latter are almost 3 times more expensive. However, if desired, instead of adjustable shock absorbers, you can install traditional ones. Steering. In a steering rack equipped with the hydraulic booster, the steering shaft oil seal may leak over time. If it is not replaced in time, in the end it will almost certainly lead to failure of the shaft. Do not differ in durability and bushings of the pendulum of the steering mechanism, but the tie rod ends are a fairly reliable unit with a resource of up to 80,000 kilometers. Mitsubishi Pajero is the golden mean for those motorists who need to operate their car both on asphalt and off-road. Most often there are versions with a reliable Super Select 4WD transmission, which allows you to constantly drive all-wheel drive. Although the Pajero is less suitable for rally raids than some of its other competitors, such as the Nissan Patrol Y60 and Toyota Land Cruiser 80, they are characterized by greater strength and indestructibility. In the past, Pajero was often operated by members of criminal gangs and was popular with car thieves, so when buying, we recommend that you carefully find out the biography of a Jeep. It may have a criminal past.